Raise your fist in the air. Raise your fist in the air. Raise your fist in the air. Raise your fist in the air.
Okay.
Raise your fist in the air. Raise your fist in the air. Raise your fist in the air. Raise your fist in the air.
All right.
Raise your fist in the air. Raise your fist in the air. Raise your fist in the air. Raise your fist in the air.
Okay.
Raise your fist in the air. Raise your fist in the air. Raise your fist in the air. We're to a boss fight.
Wow, that's aggressive. Good evening. Good evening. I am Grimskull at Super Pit. Home. I am Grimskull, the super pixel pushing samurai. Yeah, because I was made in Japan. Thank you. I'm Grimskull, a pixel. I'm a pixel. Yes. I'm a pixel. All right, folks. What's up? What's going on? Happy Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday, which usually happens, you know, after Thursday. I'm going to just kind of be doing some editing, some work on a video to try to get that done so that I could work on another video tomorrow. Yes. Sorry, my nose. My nose all of a sudden is yeah. On my monitor, I like the VBix computer in the background of your shot. Monitor, not computer. What? Oh, yes. Yes. It is my audio computer, although it's overkill. It's the first draft. It's the first draft. I don't know if it works for me. Sorry, my nose said, hey, yeah, why not? Why not start running now, you know, at showtime? Why not? Why not? You have which video? Which video? Which one? I mean, don't just leave us hanging. The not Mar. I don't know what that is. I should probably know what that is, but I don't know what it is. I thought I switched those keys around. I guess I didn't. Not notice to mariners. Okay. Cool. Good on. Good on. Good on. Good on you for that. For that one. So been editing a video today. I'm gonna it's at 113k and getting 8k views an hour right now. Well, yeah, I mean, it's important information, right? It's important information. Now that I know what it is, the term looked familiar, and I should know it because it was in the Starbase update that I edited. You know, edited last weekend. I mean, right? Wah, wah, wah. But it's not the Starbase one. Just want to say hello to Wicked Insanity. Good to see you. I hope you are doing well, all things considered. Also to NASA, Kevin Michael Reed and Hans. What's going on? What's happening, folks? but we haven't seen the NOTAMs. Got it. NOTAMs. NOTAMs. Does that have to do with airlines? I don't know. Not really sure what NOTAM stands for. Notice to Americans. To airmen. Air traffic controllers. Pilots. Air missions. There we go. That's me. I got a fucking hangnail, and man. I hate them. I hate those. Yeah. Stupid. All right. First things first. I am going to make a few changes to the video I edited today. Just I need to add some things. Or make some changes. Then I'm going to pull this into After Effects and do some graphics work. It's 8:09. Pup is not in here. The pup is not in. I got a new keyboard. I'm going to pull something up I can type in. Real quick. Still feels like you can hear it. Still feels like you can hear it. Yeah, it's like, central to the inner workings, right? Whoa. Right, this is a condenser mic. A condenser mic? Or should it be a dynamic mic? So according to GoXLR, this is a condenser mic. My nose again. All right, there we go. Okay, that actually sounds better. I think the bass gets because the bass cut. Turned off presence. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That little plastic thing is still on it. There we go. All right. I don't think my nose is going to stop running anytime soon. So, let's just get to it. Let's go. No more messing around. Let me get the Premiere started. It is started. Where's it running to? You know, down my face. Running down my face. I love it when I see two empty boxes. Two empty boxes. Always good to see two empty boxes. Oh my goodness. All right, one moment. What? Uno momento. Good gravy. Good gravy. All right, so I was working on a David Foster video today. So we have some changes. I did a rough cut. He gave me some changes. So let's rip through these. It's terrible, right? Yeah, but you know. He pays the big bucks most of the time. It gets him the views. Got a new keyboard, like I said. It's quieter, but it's not as quiet as I was hoping. I don't really like it as much. Visual-wise.
And holding, the term holding means an equity interest, a stock, a security, a share, a part.
All right. I'm supposed to be adding some video in here.
Those are your enemies, people. And holding, the term holding.
All right. I'm gonna move all that.
Ironic, considering we are the terrorists of right there. Those are your enemies.
There's some stuff about Venezuela in here.
To understand where they're pulling the information from in that specific act. It's like a maze. And government department or government commission, adversary, the term foreign adversary, regime determined by the secretary pursuant to the national security of the United States or the security and safety of acts that make our foreign policy, considering we are the persons, which I find very...
Why is it like corn? Like, you know, the kind you grow?
Foreign adversary means any...
Yeah, it is. It's like...
that kind of thing. I think it's funny here.
Yeah.
Foreign adversary. The term foreign adversary means any foreign government or regime determined by the secretary. I think this line is kind of funny. Foreign adversary. The term foreign adversary means any foreign government or regime determined by the secretary pursuant to section 3 and 5 to have engaged in long-term pattern or serious instances of conduct significantly adverse to the national security of the United States or the security and safety of the United States persons, which I find very ironic considering we are the terrorists of the world. We are the ones out there performing acts that make our foreign policy, that make our borders unsafe because of what we do, because of us just bombing indiscriminately is what makes us unsafe. This line is unbelievable. And this includes, unless removed by the secretary pursuant to section 6, the People's Republic of China, including the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region and Macau Special Administrative Region, the Republic of Cuba, the Islamic Republic of Iran, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, the Russian Federation, and the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela under the regime of Nicolas Maduro Moros. Right there, those are your enemies, people.
All right. Wait, okay, now I gotta go grab different cut.
Them. That's them. That's your enemy. And holding, the term holding means an equity interest, a stock, security, a share, a partnership interest, a membership interest, or any participation, right, power designated, any character, and limitation, any security convertible into an ownership interest and right, warrant, or option to acquire ownership interest. So they're basically covering anything like you have a limited liability, a partnership, you buy.
I don't know what he's talking about. Don't know. I want the part in about Maduro and Guaido if possible. Right. Puppy. All right.
Anybody who's friend. And I'm going to quote Mark Twain loosely, did anything that would have upset the election or that it was actually like nobody knows. And we're just what makes us unsafe. This line, just unbelievable. And this includes at-risk information and communications. against money going to terrorism and things like that. And that's how that's the sales language. That's how they're able to sell it to the American people because, hey, it's going to keep us safe. We got terrorists everywhere. They're running amok. We have to be safe. We have to do something. We have to protect you somehow. How can we protect you if we don't make these bills? But we all know what happens. We all know what happens when these things finally make it into law. They are left open to interpretation, and people get caught in the dragnet. And that's exactly how this is designed. That all of these bills are designed that way, so that they can be interpreted however they see fit for each situation, like the Patriot Act. And get control the narrative. Classified national security information or any information from in that specific act. It's like a maze, and then they do that intentionally so that people can't go through this and make sense of it. They don't want you to make sense of this stuff. But in this bill, it's talking about entities. And the term entity means any of the following, whether established in the United States or outside the United States: a firm, a government agency, government department, or government commission, a labor union, a fraternal or social organization, could be a frat house or whatever, a part.
What? You lay down. You already been outside. Lay down. No, down. My dog is demanding. She's been outside. I took her outside. All right. Where did my text box go? Crap.
Act, restricting the emergence of security threats that risk information side effects from the vaccines. Section 2 definitions in this act classified national information from in that specific act. It's like a maze, and that they do that intentionally. So the term foreign adversary means any foreign government or regime determined by the Secretary. I think this line is kind of funny. Foreign adversary. The term foreign adversary means any foreign government or regime determined by the Secretary pursuant to Section 3 and 5 to have engaged in long-term pattern or serious instances of conduct significantly adverse to the national security of the United States or the security and safety of the United States persons, which I find very ironic considering we are the terrorists of the world. We are the ones out there performing acts that make our foreign policy, that make our borders unsafe because of what we do. Because of us just bombing indiscriminately is what makes us unsafe. This line is unbelievable. And this includes, unless removed by the Secretary pursuant to Section 6, the People's Republic of China, including the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region and Macau Special Administrative Region, the Republic of Cuba, the Islamic Republic of Iran, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, the Russian Federation, and the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela under the regime of Nicolas Maduro Moros. Right there, those are your enemies, people. That's them. That's them. That's your enemy. And holding, the term holding means an equity interest, a stock, a share, a partnership interest, an interest in a limited liability company, a membership interest, or any participation right or other equivalent, however designated, and any character, and includes without limitation any security convertible into an ownership interest and right warrant or option to acquire ownership interest. So they're basically covering anything. Like if you have a limited liability, a partnership, you buy stocks or whatever, like this covers all of that. And then a person, as defined in this, I'm going to get into this as it goes deeper, but I'm just defining the things right now that are in here. Person, the term person means a natural person, including a citizen or national of the current interpretation. Such action as the are used to support, deem appropriate. Go ahead, do whatever you want. But if you're conservative, word. And I always find it funny when you interpret if the president Eastern, we talk about the digital currency that's coming. Agency head give out that keeps us in this constant state of broke that we're in. That is why. Otherwise poses an Ron Paul always have the audacity to say that we're gonna do stuff to other countries that do the same. Mike Pompeo saying, I'm the head of the CIA, we lied, and we, however we feel like doing it, we interfere. work. So we're saying that we're going to stop other countries from doing what that's who we want in power. We don't want this guy that's going to nationalize oil and do things that are detrimental to the economy of the United guy. We decided, you know what, we didn't like Maduro, who is on to throw governments all the time. Biggest interrupter of democracy around the world. We overthrow governments all the time. We interfere in almost every election. We decide we like Maduro on this list. As determined in coordination with the Attorney General, the Director of National Intelligence, of a foreign adversary to the detriment of the national security of the United States, as determined in coordination about 2020, but they're going to make sure that we don't know. Coercive or criminal activities by a foreign adversary that are designed to undermine democratic processes and institutions or steer policy and regulatory decisions in favor of the strategic objectives of a foreign or steer policy and regulatory decisions in favor of the strategic objectives of a foreign adversary
Yeah.
of the national security of the United States, as determined in coordination with the Attorney General, the Director of National Intelligence, the Secretary of Treasury, and the Federal Election Commission. It's absolutely insane because they're basically saying what we do. We are the biggest interrupter of democracy around the world.
Okay. I'm going to mark that.
In the United States, catastrophic effects of the security or resilience of the critical infrastructure or digital economy of the United States. Digital economy. What are they setting up for? Digital economy. Interfering. And this bill is sponsored by Mr. Warner, Mr. Thune, Mr. Don't make these bills, but we all know what happens. I don't know what all amendments that would create vaccine hesitance. 526 note relating to classified ship, a trust, a joint venture, indiscriminately is what makes. And then a person as defined in this. Now I'm going to get into this a lot. The term transaction means anything, but you can't preempt what people use. Everything that I use, I mean, other than my wallet, because transactions are what we do all day, every day of the state, of defense, the Attorney General, the Secretary of Homeland Security, the United States Trade Representative, the Director of National Intelligence, the Administrator of General Services, the Chairman of the Federal Communications Commission, and the heads of other executive departments and agency as appropriate. They're not listing the Gender Policy Council here, but they leave it open. The heads of other executive departments and agencies as appropriate. So we can just add whatever department willy-nilly. We don't want to put the ones that are going to scare you. I mean, all of these are scary to me. All of these involved. Okay, so now we're going to define transaction, because transactions are what we do all day, every day online. I don't know how many transactions I perform a day, but it's a lot. The term transaction means any acquisition, importation, transfer, installation, dealing in, or use of any information and communications technology product or service, including ongoing activities such as managed services, data transmission, software updates, repairs, or the provision of data hosting services, or a class of such transaction. I mean, what does that not include right now? What are we using that doesn't get software updates, that doesn't have software installed? Like everything we use, everything that I use, I mean, other than my wallet, but everything that I have in my wallet tied to something that fits that description. In general, the Secretary, in consultation with the relevant executive department and agency heads, is authorized to and shall take action. Make sure that we don't know. Coercive or criminal activities by a foreign adversary that are designed to undermine democratic processes and institutions or steer policy and regulatory decisions in favor of the strategic objectives of a foreign adversary to the detriment of the national security of the United States.
Right.
As determined in coordination with the Attorney General, the Director of National Intelligence, the Secretary of Treasury, and the Federal Election Commission. It's absolutely insane because they're basically saying what we do. We are the
I really don't want to add this all back in. I just don't know.
You can't give the power, which there's no proof of, by the way, every election cycle of every other country. I wouldn't say every probably, but more than likely we have our hands in elections all around the world, and we, however we feel like doing it, we interfere. We interfere with propaganda. We interfere with actual like a stop, like a security,
we have
a
performed
share coups where we have assassinated leaders to put leaders we wanted in. That's the extent that we will go to get our way. But if Russia runs some Facebook ads, which there's no proof of, by the way, they say there's proof, but there's no proof that they did anything that would have upset the election. Leave.
Okay. The reason I don't want to put it back in is it's one of those repetitive things. It's repetitive. I think it's by far, everybody knows how David feels about that. Well, you know, I think everybody's heard that all, you know. And I don't think it brings any context to this video. And that's why I cut it. That's my point. No, he's not drunk and repeating himself. It's just, you know, that it's... We can do a whole... I mean, there's a whole video we could do on just, you know, that topic of, you know, the hypocrisy of what, you know, America does around the world. But I don't, you know... But what people really, to me, people want to know, what does Bill 686, how does that affect me? You know, how does here? I'll have to figure it out. And my dog keeps gruffing, so. Why what though? Why did I cut it? Or why should it be in the video? Right. Right. All right. The dog keeps, even though I let her out, she keeps going, ooh, she wants something. And I don't want her to have an accident, so. But my producer right here will keep you entertained till I figure out what's going on with this dog. All right, well, I'll try to get, let me see if I'll try to add this back in. We'll try to add it back in, see how it goes. I just don't know where. Because I think, you know.
Those are your enemies, people.
Because it's way up here.
Steroids. In the description, so make sure Bill 686, the Restrict Act, in here. So this is a bill to authorize the Secretary of Commerce to review and prohibit America in Congress assembled. So the very first line, persons in the, they're going to be able to prohibit it. And that's how fuck. We have to be safe. We have to do what happens. We all know what happens in the dragnet. And that's exactly how this is designed. That going to lose a ton. Court title. This act may be cited as the restricting the, think about what we just went through with COVID. Create vaccine hesitancy. Is at RT News. Say goodbye to this. So Section 2 definitions. In this act, classified national security information, the term relating to classified status, if stuff in here that purposefully, that whole bill, in order to understand intentionally, so that people can't go through this and make sense of it. States are outside of the United States, a organization could be an organization determined by the pursuant to Section 3 and 5 to have engaged in long-term pattern or serious instances of conduct significantly adverse to the national security of the United States or the security and safety of the United States persons, which I find very...
All right.
acts that make unsafe because of what we do, because of us just bombing indiscriminately is what makes us unsafe. This line is unbelievable. And this includes, unless removed by the Secretary pursuant, chronic, considering we are the or serious instances of conduct significantly adverse to the national security of the United States or the security and safety of the United States persons, which I find very ironic considering we are the terrorists of the world. We are the ones out there performing acts that make our foreign policy, that make our borders unsafe because of what we do, because of us just bombing indiscriminately is what makes us unsafe. This line is unbelievable. And this includes, unless removed by the Secretary pursuant to Section 6 of the People's Republic of China, including the Hong Kong Special Administrative, which I find very ironic instances of conduct significantly determined by the Secretary pursuant to the term foreign adversary means any foreign government or regime, a group, subgroup, or other association, organization, agency, government department, or government commission. A entity means any of the following.
Where was that at now? I totally lost it.
Bill. I'm just going to go through the.
I should have opened up the other version. All right, we're talking around 12:15.
In coordination with the Attorney General, the Director of National Intelligence, the Secretary of Treasury, and the Federal Election Commission. This is, it's absolutely insane because they're
12:15.
Those are your enemies, people. That includes without limitation in here. Person, the term person.
So it's well after that.
Roll that beam footage.
Is that it right there? Right there?
This is, it's absolutely insane because they're basically saying what we do. We are the biggest interrupter of.
All right. So what is he talking about ahead of that?
That the Secretary determines poses an undue. No, they're saying to identify, deter, disrupt, prevent, prohibit any property subject to the Secretary in consultation with the relevant executive department and agency heads is authorized to and shall take action to identify, deter, prohibit, investigate, or otherwise mitigate, including by negotiating, entering into, or imposing and enforcing any mitigation measure to address any risk arising from any covered transaction by any person or with respect to any property subject to the jurisdiction of the United States that the Secretary determines. Whenever they say, they're saying to identify, deter, disrupt, prevent, prohibit. I mean, when they use words like deter, prevent, and prohibit, that's like trying to stop a crime. You're pre-stopping a crime, which we know you cannot do. Now, sure, you can prevent a crime by making, sure, you can prevent crimes by making the environment not conducive to crime. That is possible, but you can't preempt what people are thinking and try to stop crimes preemptively that way. You know what I mean? It's like thought crimes. Well, the United States that the Secretary determines poses an undue or unacceptable risk of sabotage or subversion of the design, integrity, manufacturing, production, distribution, installation, operation, or maintenance of information and communications technology products and services in the United States. Catastrophic effects of the security or resilience of the critical infrastructure or digital economy of the United States. Digital economy. Digital economy. What are they setting up for? Digital economy. Interfering in or altering the result or reported result of a federal election as determined in coordination with the Attorney General, the Director of National Intelligence, and Secretary of Treasury and the Federal Election Commission. While we know what they're already setting up here, we know the truth about 2016. We know the truth about 2020, but they're going to make sure that we don't know. Coercive or criminal activities by a foreign adversary that are designed to undermine democratic processes and institutions or steer.
Okay.
Coercive or criminal activities. We don't know. Coercive or criminal activities by a foreign adversary. Make sure that we don't know.
Okay.
Make sure that we don't know. Coercive or criminal activities by a coercive or criminal activities by a foreign adversary that are designed to undermine democratic processes and institutions or steer policy and regulatory decisions in favor of the strategic objectives of a foreign adversary to the detriment of the national security of the United States, as determined in coordination with the Attorney General, the Director of National Intelligence, the Secretary of Treasury, and the Federal Election Commission. It's absolutely insane because they're basically saying what we do. We are the biggest interrupter of democracy around the world. We overthrow governments all the time. We interfere in almost every election. We decided that we didn't like Maduro, who is on this list, by the way. He's on the list of enemies, Maduro. We decided, you know what, we don't like your elections. We didn't really like the outcome of that. Maduro's just not like, we don't like Maduro. So we're just going to install our own guy, Juan Guaido, and you're just going to accept it. We're just going to put Juan Guaido in there. We're going to just tell the world that that's the guy. We're going to bring him to the United States. We're going to parade him around like a monkey, and you're just going to accept that that's who we want in power. We don't want this guy that's going to nationalize oil and do things that are detrimental to the economy of the United States. We don't want that. You can't give the power back to the people. That's socialism. That doesn't work. So we're saying that we're going to stop other countries from doing what we do every election cycle of every other country. I wouldn't say every probably, but more than likely we have our hands in elections all around the world, and we, however we feel like doing it, we interfere. We interfere with propaganda. We interfere with actual like we have performed coups where we have assassinated leaders to put leaders we wanted in. That's the extent that we will go to get our way. But if Russia runs some Facebook ads, which there's no proof of, by the way, they say there's proof, but there's no proof that they did anything that would have upset the election or that it was actually like nobody knows. And we're just supposed to believe them that that's the truth. We're supposed to believe these intelligence agencies that we know lie, cheat, and steal. So we're going to put the clip of Mike. Mike Pompeo saying, and we have the audacity to say that we're going to do stuff to other countries that do the same thing, that try to do the same thing, because it goes against our security, but we just like are supposed to ignore the fact that us meddling in the rest of the world makes us unsafe. That's a horrible foreign policy to have. We are way less safe because of the decisions that we make overseas, and if we just left people alone. You know, Ron Paul always got called an isolationist, but he wasn't. He was a non-interventionist. You don't intervene militarily in other countries. You open up for trade, you open up for peace and prosperity, and then militarily, you just protect your borders. If we just protect our borders, you realize how much money we would have in this country? Do you realize that we would not be in the situation that we are in because our debt would be nowhere near what it is? That it's the military and all of this meddling and foreign bases and foreign aid that we give out that keeps us in this constant state of broke that we're in. That is why. Otherwise poses an undue or unacceptable. It keeps us in this constant state of broke that we're in.
And out. Okay. I think, though, it needs to go after. X. Ripple delete. Ripple delete, all right.
Enemies, people. And holding, the term holding means an equity interest, a stock,
All right, let's edit, paste, insert. See, that just added like, Jesus.
Coercive or criminal activities by a foreign adversary that are under the regime of Nicolas Maduro Moros. Those are your enemies, people. Coercive.
So what we say that was about 1150. Let's look at the display at about 1150.
Or subversion of the design, integrity, manufacturing, production, distribution, installation, operation, or maintenance of interference decisions in favor of the. We know the truth about 2020, but they're going to make sure that we don't know. Coercive or criminal activities by a foreign adversary that are designed to undermine democratic processes and institutions or steer policy and regulatory decisions in favor of the strategic objectives of a foreign adversary to the detriment of the national security of the United States, as determined in coordination with the Attorney General, the Director of National Intelligence, the Secretary of Treasury, and the Federal Election Commission. Isn't it? The Russian Federation and the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela under the regime of Nicolas Maduro Moros. Those are your enemies, people. Coercive or criminal activities by a foreign adversary that are designed to undermine democratic processes and institutions or steer policy and regulatory decisions.
Got several camera switches. So
coercive or criminal activities by a foreign
so 1150. I have A cut 1. Which I think I can go
listen to and that you watch that everybody else thinks it's like a maze. They do that intentionally so that people can't go through this and make sense of it.
Kevin's corn.
A frat house or whatever, Proud Boys, Black Lives Matter, that kind of thing. I think this line is kind of funny. Foreign adversary. And this includes the people and Macau Special Administrative Region, the Republic of Cuba, the Islamic Republic of Iran, Nicolas Maduro Moros. Those are your enemies, people. And holding the
all right, too far, okay, too far. Gonna copy that, bring it out here, paste it.
They leave it open, the heads of other executive departments and agencies as appropriate. So
I'm pretty sure there it is, right there. So we just need to stretch out these other ones. We'll cut, get rid of those.
coercive or criminal activities by a foreign adversary that are designed to undermine democratic processes and institutions or steer policy and regulatory decisions in favor of the strategic objectives of a foreign adversary to the detriment of the national security of the United States, as determined in coordination with the... Supposed to believe these intelligence agents got called an isolationist, but he was our foreign policy. I mean, our foreign policy is what makes us the most unsafe. They're hypocrites when they're saying this stuff. Hypocrites, all of them. So under procedure, it's saying in general, not on unsafe. They're hypocrites when they're saying this stuff. Hypocrites, all of them.
All right, we'll cut here. We'll just kind of scroll through and look for the camera switches. All right, there's the first one.
Treasury and the Federal Election Commission. This is the... This is the... It's absolute fact. It's absolute facts. This is it's absolute facts. It's facts. It's
okay.
With the Attorney General, the Director of National Intelligence, the Secretary of Treasury, and the Federal Election Commission.
Now this is where I will put the display up, so I don't really need, oops, that one or that one. I'm just going to move that down. I'm going to turn that, I label this one mango, because that says, all right, what I'm going to put there is the display of the site, the text that he's referring to.
Absolutely insane, because they're basically saying what we...
All right. So it does a little camera switch there. Let's go about... here. All right. So he's looking at this camera up here. So we don't need the bottom camera. And then here he switches to the bottom camera, but we need to go to the next camera switch first before we start cutting. And it's so it comes back. So we're going to switch here.
Didn't like this list, by the way. He's on the list of enemies, Maduro. We decided, you know what, we don't like your elections. We didn't really like the outcome of that. Maduro's just not, like, we don't like Maduro. So we're just going to install our own guy. We didn't like this list, by the way.
All right.
In almost every election, we decided that we didn't like Maduro, who is on this. We decided that we didn't like Maduro, who is on this list, by the way. Like Maduro, who is on Maduro, who is on this list, by the way. He's on the list of...
Go. Let's make sure this one's...
Commission. It's absolutely insane, because they're basically saying what...
All right. Good to go. Our audio is a bit out of sync here, so what I usually do is, especially when I come across a cut, is I will just kind of shore this, shore these up. That one's way back there. I try to use like multi-camera editing, the multi-cam editing, but I don't know what it is, David, but it all says 60 frames per second, but everything's off. Just, you know, I don't know. So I have to manually go in and eyeball it. It's weird. It's weird. All right, let me go grab the dog. Go grab the dog. I'll be right back. Die? What? Somebody died? Probably from the dog's stinky farts. That's probably what it was from. All right, I put the dog away. She's inside now in her kennel to sleep.
Like Maduro. So we're just gonna. We don't like Maduro. Like Maduro. Like Maduro. So we're just gonna install our own guy. Juan.
Might as well.
Juan Guaido.
Does he do any more? Turn this whole along. There we go. Cut.
We don't want that. You can't give the power.
Cut.
So we're saying that we're
Does he look down? Does he go look down? Does he look down? Anybody? Yep.
We have the audacity to say that we're going to do stuff to other countries that do the same thing, that try to do the same thing, because it goes against our security. Meddling in the rest of the world makes us unsafe. That's a and if we just left people alone. You know, Ron Paul always got called an isolation. Because our debt would be nowhere near what it is, that it's the foreign bases and foreign aid that we give out that keeps us in this constant state of broke that we're in. That is why. That is why. Otherwise poses an undue or unacceptable risk to the national security of the United States or safety of the United States persons. Our foreign policy. I mean, our foreign policy is what makes us the most unsafe. They're hypocrites when they're saying this stuff.
Chop. 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 Chop.
Constant state of broke that we're in. Hey, Rebels, today.
Okay. Back to A cut 2. Delete that whole thing. Actually, no. Hey, Michelle. Thanks for stopping by. Really appreciate it. Hope you're doing well.
Equity interest, a stock, a security.
What am I missing? I'm missing something. What am I missing?
Proud Boys, Black Lives Matter. Macau Special Administrative Region, the Republic of Cuba, the Islamic Republic of Iran, the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, the Russian Federation, and the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela under the regime of Nicolas Maduro Moros. Those are your enemies, people. And holding, the term holding means an equity interest, a stock, a security. And holding, the term holding means an equity interest, a stock, a security, a share, a partnership interest, an interest in a limited liability company. So they're basically covering anything. Like if you have a
pretty sure it's that whole section right there.
equity interest.
So do we just need to drag it out?
And holding, the term holding means...
Yeah. So we're good. We're good. Triple delete. It doesn't fit in there. Just
military and all of this meddling and foreign bases and foreign aid that we give out that keeps us in this constant state of broke that we're in. And holding, the term holding means an equity. Those are your enemies, people. Coercive or criminal activities by a foreign adversary that are designed to undermine. Coercive.
all right, 1150. So we're going to go back to display at about 1150.
2020, but they're going to make sure that we don't know. Coercive or criminal activities by a foreign adversary that are designed to undermine democratic processes.
Good evening,
institutions
John.
Or steer policy and regulatory decisions in favor of the strategic objectives.
All right, I'm just going to take a bit of that. A bit of that. And just take the video. I just need the video. We're going to turn that into Mango.
Those are your enemies, people. Coercive or criminal.
I mean, all of these should be Mango. Mango. Was it like a Saturday Night Live character? Mango. I am Mango. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Believe it or not, I was watching a little bit of the Ringside Report Network tonight. Dave and the crew's talking about a little bit of the UFC ownership and some changes coming to the WWE, I believe. So if you are a fan of the combat sports and you need to be in the know, like I do, because I know nothing about them and I need somebody to tell me this stuff, you should head over to the Ringside Report Network, which I believe is still going on right now. They're merging. Nice. UFC and WWE? No. Is that who you're talking about? Was that what they were talking about? Is that what was going on? That's interesting. That is actually interesting. You know, because Vince McMahon, you know, once said he wasn't in, you know, he wasn't in the wrestling business. He was in the entertainment business. He's staying. Got it. What does that mean for the UFC? Are they gonna still have some autonomy? Are they going to be put on less for? Yes, but they get bigger, but is it going to be more theater than a combat sport? And don't get me wrong, I couldn't survive you know 5 seconds in the ring with either a WWE wrestler or a UFC fighter. No way. Is it gonna mix, or is it just gonna, or are they just gonna be able to? Yes, I can in a bit. I certainly can do that. Interesting. If you want to find out more about it, about the merger, go check out the Ringside Report Network. Tell them Grimskull sent you.
Those are your enemies, people. Coercive or criminal activities by a foreign adversary that are designed. It's absolutely insane because they're based.
All right, let's check the transition or the
Election Commission.
The cuts.
It's Maduro, who is on this list, by the way. He's like Maduro. So we're just going to install our own guy, Juan Guaido, and you're just going to accept it.
And
Our own guy, Juan Guaido, and you're just going to.
You're always a streaming what?
Juan Guaido guy, Juan Guaido, and you're just going to accept it. We're just going to put Juan Guaido in there. We're going to just tell the world that that's the guy. We're going to bring him to the United States. We're going to parade around like a monkey, and you're just going to accept it. That's who we want to.
Let's get rid of some of these pauses. No need to make it longer than it already has to be longer.
Who we want in power. We don't want this guy that's going to nationalize oil and do things that are detrimental to the economy of the United States. We don't want that. You can't give the power back to the people. That's socialism. That doesn't work. So we're saying that we're going to stop other countries from doing what we do every election cycle of every other country. I wouldn't say every probably, but election cycle of every other country. I wouldn't say every probably, but
you just did.
But more than likely, we have our hands in elections all around the world.
Oh. Gotcha. The ones that I should probably follow too.
And elections all around the world. And we have our hands in elections all around the world. And we, however we feel like doing it, we enter all around the world. More than likely, we have our hands in elections all around the world. And
I need to do some revamping. Thank you. You do. In fact, you guys do, which is
in the world. However we feel like doing it, we interfere. We interfere with propaganda. We interfere with actual. Like we have performed coups where we have assassinated leaders. To the extent that we will go to get our way. But
yes, we interfere with corn.
Russia runs some Facebook ads, which there's no proof of, by the way. They say there's proof, but there's no proof that they
Got me started on VMix.
they say there's proof, but there's no did anything that would have upset the election, or that it was actually like nobody knows. He knows, and we're just supposed to believe them that that's the truth. We're supposed to believe these intelligence agencies that we know lie, cheat, and steal. So we're gonna put the clip of Mike.
All right.
Agencies that we know lie, cheat, and steal. So we're gonna put the clip. So Glenn stole and cheated. They had courses on it. Put that clip right there. It's what they do.
And cut. All right, let me go find this clip. David did not get you started. Oh, who? Well, it was a team effort. It was a team effort. I have so many people to thank for, turning me on to VMix. The list is, but I would say yes, Kevin and John, two big influential people that have been very helpful with their insight and knowledge.
So Glenn, put the clip of Mike.
All right. I even offered you a license when you never. Yes, you did. Yeah, you did offer the license. That never happened. Not in that it wouldn't have. In that it ended up to where. You never gave it to me. But I think it's because I was able to obtain a license before that happened. So, but yes, you graciously were offering to pony up on them. No, we godlike camera.
I cheat and steal. So no lie, cheat and no lie.
I am happy to be part of the VMix users club. I think I heard about this new project.
cheat and steal. So I cheat and steal. So I cheat and steal. So Grim, put the clip of Mike.
Let's see. All right, here's a question. Ever since I started using, a virtual link to Google Drive, and that drag folders over, make copy folders over, I get new symbols on my folders. What does this mean? The folder with the blue dude. What does the little blue talking head on the folders mean? Yeah, that confused me at first, John. You're retiring from your day job next March. That makes sense. More sense. Of course, early happy retirement. A lot of prep work, right?
Any
All right, it's in the system. Let's.
Maybe you do here at Texas A&M, but I think too many American, many tough places. Different set of. This is a bit of an aside, but in terms of how you think about problem sets, when I was a cadet, what's the cadet motto at West Point? You will not lie, cheat, or steal, or tolerate those who do. I was the CI director. We lied. It was like we had entire training courses. This is a bit of an aside, but in terms of how you think about problem sets, when I was a cadet, what's the cadet motto at West Point? What's the first? What's the cadet motto at West Point? What's the first? What's the cadet motto? First, what's the cadet motto at West Point?
All right. I froze? Did I? Did I freeze? Are you sure? I don't look frozen now. Yeah, I don't know.
And we're just supposed to believe them that that's the truth. We're supposed to believe these intelligence agencies that we know lie, cheat, and steal. So, Grim, put the clip of Mike.
It's true. It isn't me. The skull is not me in the corner. I mean, you know, it could have been, but
The
Cheat and steal.
the cadet motto at West Point: you will not lie, cheat, or steal, or tolerate those who do. I was the CIA director. We lied, we cheated, we stole. It was like we had entire training courses.
all right. Okay, got that in. Bam, 120K and still at 50. Awesome.
It's what they do. It is what they do. And we have the
All right.
audacity to.
We're gonna say that that's in. At 519.
And we have the audacity to say that we're going to do stuff to other countries that.
Well, it's no longer 519.
I'll get a link for it for the Federal Reserve app that's coming. They know exactly what They have an app that's coming out. To do that, play the video. Roll that beam footage. So they're basically covering anything, like if you have a limited liability, a partnership, you buy stocks or whatever, like this gender policy council here. They leave it up in the hands of other executive departments and agencies as appropriate. So we can just add whatever department willy-nilly to decide every single financial transaction that you make. Now, we've talked about on the Redacted show, if you're not following that, go to Redacted News on YouTube and follow for a daily news show 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern. We talk about the digital currency that's coming from the Fed all the time, a digital ID. And this digital ID is going to have all of your information, your medical information, your money, everything's going to be tied to this digital ID. They've been testing this in the Ukraine. You wonder why all the money's going to Ukraine and what we're doing over there? That's what we're doing. The Fed will be launching an app for instant transactions of money coming and going. They want you to not use cash anymore. And this is opening up for them to track every single transaction that you... To track every single... For them to track every single transaction that you make. And most of the reason is they want to tax it. They want more money in their coffers so that they can make bigger deals with their buddies. They can pad their pockets more. But it's also a way that if you don't pay your taxes or you do something outside of what is acceptable, they can turn off your money. They can shut you off. You don't have access to anything. Your digital ID is frozen. Until you come talk to the IRS, it doesn't take a lot of research to find that this is happening. It's happening around the world. It is coming here. This is the groundwork being laid for it. And the Fed is launching a digital currency this month. And they have an app that's coming out to do that. Play the video. App that's coming out. Do that. Play the video. Roll that. It's coming out. To do that, play the video. Do that. Roll that bean footage.
It's beautiful bean footage. Beautiful bean footage. I believe there's a link somewhere. Save. Let's make sure we save. I'm still plagued with the disappearing box of Premiere. I don't think I'm going to get to the After Effects part that I wanted to do.
People remember heartwarming ads. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance, here's a touching moment.
Liberty Mutual? It's perfect.
In today's fast-paced world, time is money. More people, businesses, and organizations are demanding instant payments. That's why the Federal Reserve...
Good God. Good God. They're adding another 3 minutes to the video. I'm not playing the whole thing. Okay.
In today's fast-paced world, time is money. More people, businesses, and organizations are demanding instant payments. That's why the Federal Reserve is developing the FedNow service, a safe, efficient instant payments infrastructure that will modernize the U.S. payment system. The FedNow service will give financial institutions the opportunity to innovate, enabling their customers to send and receive money in seconds, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Funds will settle between financial institutions in real time, which means there's no buildup of interbank obligations, and end users will have access to the funds in seconds. How will the FedNow service work? Imagine the owner of a coffee shop is running low on coffee beans and needs to schedule.
What'd I just do? Yeah, I did not want to do that.
Footage. Okay, so Grim played.
I like my new mic arm, by the way. John, if you're still, I don't know when, if you've watched the replay of last week or saw any of the new, I got, some new monitors, a monitor stand. You can't see it. I got a chat monitor up there, which I don't actually have the chat up on it. But I got the Elgato face cam, which it's giving my other cameras a run for their money. That's how good I think it is. I got me some Varipoles where I mounted my other cameras. So, I've got 4 cameras set up. My main face cam. It's a good one. I really like the Elgato face cam. So I got the A6100 and the A5100. This is my C922. I put that back there. And then the face cam. Avcans PTZ. Oh my God. Speaking of PTZs. And look, and with all deference to Kevin, who is a wizard at all this, I was watching, I probably should get a new face. I was watching Amazing Peter Gaming do a behind the scenes setup of the Miss Amazing show, the cooking show. And he's got like 4 or 5 PTZs, it seems. I don't know what brand they are, but yeah. Yeah, you should see his setup, his behind the scenes setup. It's pretty cool. He does it every Sunday. I got a little jealous. I was like, now I want some PTZs. Yes, but he also streams on YouTube himself. He just kind of, but the Miss Amazing streams on Twitch. Yes, the Miss Amazing, the MRS Amazing. The consulting bill. Yeah. There may be a replay. Yeah, there may be a replay. I can't remember which channel he did it on it. Your channel is food related? Why do I not know that? I feel like I was not given that information. Okay, all right. Because man, if it was going, I'd go. I'd be there. But I get it. Totally get it. So. Roll that beautiful.
Okay, so app that's
Really don't want to put the whole thing in there.
They have an app that's coming out. To do that, roll that bean footage.
In today's fast-paced world, time is money. More people, businesses, and organizations are demanding instant payments in seconds. 365 days a year. Funds will settle between financial institutions in real time, which means there's no buildup of interbank obligations, and end users will have access to the funds in seconds. How will the FedNow service work? Imagine the owner of a coffee shop is running low on coffee beans and needs to schedule.
They know exactly.
Fine. Three more minutes added.
In today's fast-paced world, time is money. Finally, the supplier's bank credits the supplier's account in near potential use cases. Banks, credit unions, and other fee by initiating a bill payment in her credit union app and selecting to pay it now. Later, she repays a friend for a pizza they shared. World. The FedNow service will support.
Night, everyone. Good night, Michelle. Thank you for hanging out with us. We appreciate it. It's good to see you. Don't forget about the weekend gaming stream. And a heads up for everybody, if you are a fan of the gaming stream, we are definitely heading to stream that on Twitch only. So if you're on YouTube and you want to, hang out with Xanthi and Shearston and I on the weekends in the mornings, you'll only be able to do that on Twitch now. And that is twitch.tv/Grimskull. That channel is going to be the main, channel for our shenanigans. And what we're planning on trying to do is kind of consolidate it instead of trying to have each of us stream it on different channels, including YouTube. We kind of want to focus our viewership into one channel so that maybe, hopefully, it will help us get, I'm an affiliate on there, but I would, we would love to kind of start being able to monetize a little bit, somewhat if we can. It's not like the big goal, but it's because it's still mainly kind of a hobby-ish channel for us. But we would like to give everybody just one place to go to enjoy that show. So twitch.tv/Grimskull, 8 a.m. Saturday and Sunday. That's Central Time. If you're an early riser. If not, then, we understand. I mean, it's early for me. For them, it's like the afternoon. They're up in the afternoon. So, it's early evening or something. I don't know. We have fun. Come join us.
Adoption, allowing financial institutions the option to work with aggregators, processors, and correspondents to adopt the service. Banks and credit unions will also have the option to adopt the full set of FedNow capabilities or sign on as a receive-only participant. The initial launch of the FedNow service will focus on core clearing and settlement capabilities. Additional features will be
Just started making money on Rumble? Cool.
released in phases to meet evolving industry demands and changes in technology.
Congratulations.
Learn more at fednow.org.
They know exactly what transaction means, but it's all just left up to our interpretation, which means
I don't see the point of putting that in there.
in the end, it is left up to everyone's interpretation, including the court, when they have something that they're like, hey, we could label this a transaction.
All right. That's in there. What's next? It is. All right. At 5:55.
May take such action as the president considers appropriate. Whatever the president. Our lives gonna end. Enforcement of the line in this that gets me the most is right here. The president may take such action as the such act. Take such action as the president considers appropriate is right here. The president may take such action. Take such action as may take such action as may take such action as
Okay.
as the president considers appropriate. Whatever the
Don't need that audio bit there. I think, is there any other audio bits that, yeah, all of those we don't need. This whole row. We don't need that.
President deems appropriate. If Joe Biden feels like you just can't buy ice cream anymore. I want all the ice cream. I love ice cream. Therefore, if you do this,
all right. Audio clipping, we got rid of that. Maybe add some reverb. Where he's singing.
I love ice cream. Therefore, expand.
Okay.
Expanding again. Expand.
So let's add some reverb.
Expanding again. Oh, our life.
It's not the channel we want to add it to. We want to add it to the next one.
Expanding again.
I mean, it's okay, but need more. Hey, where'd it go? Let's go for large, vocal large.
Oh, our lives gonna end. Enforcement up. Expanding again. Oh, our lives gonna end. Enforcement.
There we go. Room ambience.
Expanding again. Oh.
That didn't sound good. How about Great Hall? Let's try that.
Expanding again. Oh, our lives gonna end.
I mean, that's a big, big room.
Expanding again.
I didn't hear any difference. There's a guitar.
Expanding again. Oh.
I didn't like that.
Expanding.
That was not outside club. Damn, I like that. I kind of like that.
Expanding. Expand. Expanding again. Oh.
Okay, so it's vocal reverb large
Expanding again. Oh.
or Great Hall.
Expanding again. Oh, our lives.
What's up, Alex? How are you, sir? Good to see ya.
Expanding. Spinning again.
How are things in the TPS report world?
Spinning again. Spinning again. Our life.
Good. Yeah, every now and then I get I see the notifications, and then I'm always like, God damn it. You haven't been there in a while. You're a jackass. But you're a busy guy. You've been a busy guy. Danny's been busy. Let's see notifications for her stuff too.
Spinning again. Spinning again. Our lives gonna. Spinning again. Our lives gonna end.
Great Hall. Sounds like I'm gonna stick with Great Hall. Great Hall. Time is it? Oh shit! It's 9:54.
Spinning again.
I'm gonna make these changes, then we'll call it. So we added some reverb. Want to add some musk. We gotta add some musk. Yeah, I hear you. Understandable too. Understandable.
Is conservative at all? These transactions, those transactions we're not going to allow. We'll allow low capacity magazines. We'll allow this, but
Happy Passover to you. Good evening, John. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you, sir. Appreciate you guys a lot. Ringside Report Network. Well, I'm giving shout outs all you lurkers out there. Some more commentary. Go check out Alex over at TPS Report over on Rumble. Is David doing a gun video? Not that I'm aware. Although, there's a couple that he sent me. This one's on Bill 686, so. Yeah, well, yes, it has to do with the transactions. What you will what he thinks would be allowed and how they would use it to enact some sort of gun control.
a ton of freedoms. If this aerial systems, autonomous or semi-autonomous vehicles, or any other product or service integral to the provision, maintenance, or management of such products or services. By Elon.
No, I know what it's doing.
Maduro Moros. Those are your enemies, people. We can just add whatever department willy-nilly. A partnership interest, an interest in a limited liability company. Of such products or services. By Elon. Software designed or used. By Elon.
Do you believe? Do you believe I have some images of Elon somewhere? but I'm not going to add it here.
By Elon, software designed or used primarily for connecting with and communicating via the internet that is in use. Of this basically includes every department, which covers every aspect of our life. Now, remember, 86,000 new IRS in us. They can sanction our money. They can control what we spend, where we spend it. They can freeze our accounts, completely lock us out. That's what this opens up. Additional authority. So it's basically giving the secretary just carte blanche power. Like, do whatever. I can do whatever. I've got the power. I got the power.
Okay. So I got to go get that. What? I don't. Okay.
Work goes smoothly when you know the right step. Teams. And stay on track. So your team can spend more time celebrating wins. Try it for free at asana.com.
Американская фирма Transceptor Technology приступила к производству компьютеров «Персональный спутник».
Yeah, it's not CNC Music Factory. What program is this you're working in? I am working in Premiere. I've got a new setup. I've set up. I've got 3 monitors now. So the top, this top monitor, you know, over here. This top one is my monitor. That's up here. That's up here. You know. And then my timeline monitor is right in front of me. Then I've got a secondary channel. Yep. Because what I do, here's what I do. Depending, sometimes I have more than one project open, but I've also started doing a hamburger editing, where basically, you know, you take 2 timelines, and say you've got one timeline all chopped up, and they're just some things you're going to use. You know, you can label it and mark it, and then you just drag it up to, you know, drag it up to the second timeline. Maybe if you don't grab the opacity, but no. That way, you know. All right, my my GPU is just said nope because it's paused and I gotta wait. It's probably a good time to just call it a good evening. Had a lot of people show up. I appreciate you guys for coming to hang out. We had Wicked Insanity here for like five seconds. Hans was here a little while ago. Michelle, Kevin Michael Reed, John Simon, and Alex McDonald, infamous Alex McDonald from the TPS report, which you can find on Rumble. But thank you guys for coming to hang out with me. I really appreciate it. That's going to be it for tonight. Like I said, I'll be back Tuesdays and Thursdays doing this, working on stuff. If you're in the game, you can catch me Saturday morning, 8 a.m. Central. And yeah, also, if you like rockets, if you like big flamey things that shoot into the sky, and want to know what's going on in the world of space flight, the SpaceX and NASA and all that fun sciencey stuff. Sorry, my nose is running again. Yeah, go check out NASA spaceflight over on the YouTubes. Right, Kevin? I do a little bit of editing over there. And Kevin does some live show running and producing of things. It's pretty interesting. I mean, the stuff I learned about, I probably just violated my NDA. I don't know. All right, folks. Have a good evening. I think my music, I don't know if my music works. It should work on this end screen, but, you know. Have a good weekend. Happy Thursday. Have a good Friday. Have a good Saturday, Sunday. And we'll see you next week. All right, folks? So, see ya.